My boss always found errors with my monthly reports and cover letters, so I used her old ones and watched her rip them apart. I had just started working for Paula. The team was a mini project team tackling complex financial operation problems with high SVP visibility. That's how it was sold to me. In reality, it was a mushroom farm, with Paula keeping you in the dark. All I did was compile reports and gather data from people who were terrified of my team. Needless to say, I was bait and switched and was looking to get out shortly after I got there. She had a habit of always criticizing your work. One of the reports I was responsible for was a weekly update on certain oil warrants out of Nigeria. To those who do not know, a warrant is an agreement to buy a commodity at a specific price, regardless of what the current value is. The reason is that there was an option to buy at $30 per barrel when prices peaked at $90 per barrel. We had no idea if the holder knew about this or not, but we had to monitor and report because the liability and loss would have been massive. Anywho, week after week after week after week, Paula would review over the format, verbiage and everything not related to the actual numbers being right. Total ticky-tack stuff. One day, I was going through the network files and stumbled across an old folder for a similar project. It was Paula's handiwork before they gave her a team to manage. So, I decided to use her format for everything, even changing the report structure to look just like hers and using her cover letter language. I brought it to her office to review and signed off. She asked what happened to the old format. I told her that since she didn't seem to like what I had been doing, I thought it best to change it around. She said that this was worse than before, probably the worst I submitted to her. She went on and on for what seemed like forever. I just looked at her and didn't interrupt with a blank look. Her last question to me was what I was thinking when I made these changes. I told her that I used the formatting and language she used when she was doing a similar report a few years back. I found the folder online and used her past work verbatim, just with the numbers and relevant information changed. I gave her printouts of her reports and letters to compare. She just looked at me and had this dumbstruck look on her face. I asked if this was bad, should I go back to my format then? She just signed off on the reports and said to send them as is. I just wanted to confirm that they were fine to send because less than a minute ago, she said it was basically unreadable. She said they were fine as is and we didn't have time to redo them. So, I sent them out. I was smart enough to find and save all of her old work, for example, to use. I noticed that she went through and deleted or moved the older folders after I encountered them because I expected her to. This cat and mouse game went on for the remainder of my time there. I would use her templates past work and wait for her to tear it apart. After a few more times, she eventually figured out I grabbed all of them. She asked and I told her I created SOPs using all of her past work and had it saved locally. It seemed like a logical thing to do. I was able to quit a few months later.